Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to continue on with our series on shears, and we're going to take a look at two variants of an Electrician shears, one from Wiss and one that seems to be a contemporary from Doyle, the Harbor Freight brand. So let's kind of dig into these and see if the titanium can edge out on the Harbor Freight. Now, if you're keeping track, the Harbor Freight is made in Taiwan, while the Wiss is made in China. Okay, so I got them out, and I have to say that Doyle was definitely packaged well. But the one difference between these is the Doyle comes with this, shall we say, scabbard for your shears, and they just throw in and clip in, hold in there nicely. You can clip that. It's just a cheapy plastic clip. You clip that to your tool carrier or your belt, whatever strikes your fancy. Or you don't even have to have that on there, and you can just have it as a cover for your shears so you don't mess them up. So there's that. If it is something that you're looking for, that would be a difference between the two. But I would say we're probably pretty close here. Shear length is very similar. Taking a look at everything here, and we'll take a look at these under the microscope, but I do want to go ahead and test our sharpness with our Best C scale. I guess I ought to turn that so you can see it. And all this is a scale that has a particular media in it here that as you cut it, pressing down, it will always break at the same amount of force, which allows you to measure sharpness of things like knives and shears. So I can see here what we saw consistently with the titanium coated shears from Crescent before. We have a serrated side and we have a non-serrated side. Now, taking a look here at the Doyle, we also have a serrated side and a non-serrated side. So we'll test these kind of the same way. We'll go for what we'll call the top first, which is the non-serrated side. And we'll have it about, I got to be careful how I do this because I don't want to have the plot or the bottom of the shear touching. So right here, 411, and I'll leave that open just like that, and we'll make sure we get the Doyle the same. So we're testing the same. Let me get reset, and we will do the bottom part of the shear. Alright, so now to do the bottom part of the shear, I just need to flip these upside down and bring this in and get it in a serrated edge. And that's very much like what we saw before. The serrated edge was not as sharp as the non-serrated edge. So we got 1133 on that. Let me get reset and we'll get into the Doyle. Okay, so the top on the Crescent was 411. See what we can do with the Doyle. 703. So top on the Doyle not quite as sharp. Let's see if the Doyle can beat that 1133 on the bottom. So on the bottom we had 1133 on the Crescent, and the bottom on the Doyle is quite a bit sharper at 582. Alright, so another thing that I think is kind of neat to do with these when we test them is just cut a tie wrap and then look at it under the microscope to see if what we see is what we saw with the best C scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to just cut this. Took a bit of force to cut through that. That is our cut with the WIS. And then this shouldn't be quite as hard. And it wasn't. The cut with the Doyle was not quite as hard. So let's get to the microscope. So getting into this, we're going to take a look here under the microscope. And the Crescent has been pretty consistent in how these were made. You can see that serrated edge. There's laser etching for the labeling. Then you have your non-serrated edge, and you can see the serrated edge was kind of wearing on that. You can see your cable cutter here. And then you can see they have this serrated edge on the outer bit. I think that's mainly just for grip. I don't think that's there for anything. They did include some wire strippers that you can jam the wire down into there and just strip them. Here's the other side of that. Here's your top shear. It's got a nice smooth profile to it. And then there's your serrated edge. Nice distinct crisp serrated portions on there. Here is your handle. Does look like it's got some metal going up into it. I do not think this is tied into the rest of the metal, and that's just probably for crimping or squeezing things. Here's the black part of the handle on the WIS. Plastic seems decent. We can check the durometer on the two here in a bit. But overall, I think this, again, we see the same style. It's just, I guess they're in there with Loctite for the joint. We saw something a little better with the Klein that had a nylock in it. But there is like a friction pad down in there. You can clearly see it. Now, looking at our tie wraps for this, you can kind of see where that serrated edge jammed through there, and we didn't really make a whole lot of a point when we cut through. It's a sign of something relatively sharp, which is always nice to see. There's that serrated edge going through. Now let's take a look at our Doyle under the microscope. Here's their serrated edge on the bottom. Nice and consistent. Here's their smooth edge. Getting a lot of glare off the stainless there, sorry. You can see where the serrated edge had made contact with that as well. Had nice, pretty nice finishing on this. There's your stamped markings. There's your joint. We don't quite know what's underneath there. I guess we could pop that open if we wanted to. Here's your handle. And I do think the handle's where you're going to probably get some of your cheapness out of. It's going to cheapen out a little bit with the handle. Now I will say that the Crescent does not have any rubberizing on it, while the Doyle, all this black is rubberized. Here's your Doyle marking. It's mostly just printed on there. And we'll see the other side now of our non-serrated jaw, or shear. And then here's the inner part of our serrated shear. Pretty decent quality. Here's the cable cutter. Pretty decent quality there. And if we take a look at what we cut, we can see that we did not, let me try and get that in focus, we didn't mush that out either. And you can see where that serrated jaw or shear definitely cut into there, but it didn't really push that out a whole lot. So that's a good sign that that's a relatively sharp shear as well. So if you got these, how much weight would you be expecting to carry around? And on the Wiss, we are right at 4.35 ounces, and the Doyle is lighter at 3.94. Now if you include the fancy scabbard for the Doyle, that comes up to 4.72. Now I'd say we'd play around with our durometer on these, and we can only use the Shure A on the Doyle because it's the only one with any rubberizing on it. But let's just see what we got here. We've got 87 there, 93 there, 92.5. Let's get back into this spot. 87. 88 there. 90. So I'd say it's somewhere around a 90 probably on average for the Shure A on the rubber. Let's just dig right into our Shure D and see how hard this plastic is. 82.5. Gotta find a spot where we're nice and flat. This thing has to be flat in order to get the readings. I don't think I'm flat there. $79. Here's a high spot. We could probably grab that, no problem. 81.5. So I'd say this is around an 80. And then our Wiss, 84. 84.5. A little bit lower there. 80. 80. So the black seems to be softer than the red. That's interesting. Let's get the tip of this. 80. So the black seems to be about the same hardness as the Doyle, and the red seems to be just a little bit harder at like an 82. So what's the takeaway on these? I think they're both very capable. The Doyle has a bit of a surprise with how sharp it is. Now how hard will, or how easy will it hold the hardness? I can see here that they're advertising an HRC of 56. We could test that. So I happen to have an HRC 55 right here. And it is loosely skating on that, as it's skating on the titanium coated version. So this should dig in, and it does. I wonder if this will dig in here, and it does. So I'd say the hardness is about the same on each. That's fascinating. So the HRC they advertise on here is pretty close. I think the Doyle might be a good value for the money. I think you're going to have handle failure here before you do here. The Doyle's a little bit more bulky, but it's not significant. Let's take a look at what the measurements are here. The Doyle at its widest part is about 7/8 on that handle, and from the pivot point to the back of the handle is about 4 inches. The widest point of the handle on the Crescent Wiss, right around 3/8, so it's significantly thinner. And the longest part of the handle, excluding this piece that sticks out, is about 4 inches as well. So from the pivot out, this side is about the same. This side gets to be a bit different, but you can see the overall plastic on this, 1/2 inch, and they've gone much thinner here. Not much, but they're carrying that 3/8 all the way through. That could be an example of them being not as good plastic on this Doyle. Just feeling the two, you can kind of tell this has a cheaper handle. So I think if you're gonna have a failure with the Doyle, it's gonna be your handle. But overall, they aren't bad. If you're a young guy getting into this and you want to start with something relatively inexpensive, I don't think this is necessarily a bad way to go to see if it's something that you're going to use. If you have occasional use, they'll get you there. If you're going to use it heavily, maybe something like this, but I don't know if the titanium coating is really going to be what gets you everything that people think it's going to get them. I think it's just kind of, at some point, it's a little bit of marketing, but I guess time will tell if we can see how well these hold up. Just double check pricing on these, and this is actually about $2 less than this. So as close as these are, I think I'd go with the Crescent Wiss. It's got a better feel to it. I know I can adjust the shear joint on it. It's a slimmer profile. You have a little bit better access for your other fingers. And I think overall the fit and finish is a little bit better on the Crescent Wiss. I don't think the Doyle's horrible. I think the Doyle is a decent shear. I really do. But it is a bit more clunky than this. If you want a nice compact shear to throw into your carry, I think I'd go with the Crescent Wiss over the Doyle, considering the money is almost exactly the same between the two. Let me know your thoughts between these two. Been kind of having some fun playing around with comparing these and seeing how they work and stack up against each other, cutting some stuff, looking at it in the microscope. I think that's kind of fun, seeing how sharp they are. It's interesting that the serrated edges are quite a bit duller than the straight edges. I actually would have thought differently, but I would imagine if you're in a moving motion, the serrated edge would be significantly sharper, but that's not how we do the test. So overall, I think it's interesting. These two are pretty evenly matched. I do think the Doyle is, from stock, a little bit sharper overall, averaging, than the Crescent Wiss, but that one straight shear on the Crescent Wiss is quite sharp. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Kind of fun playing around with this stuff here and there in the shop. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.